let's get to the Monday night game, which we know won't be canceled, or we assume. The Seahawks are 6-point favorites, over under 48.5. I took the under. I took some first half under. I took the game under for a couple of reasons. By the way, these two teams met twice last year, once in the playoffs, once in the regular season. Oddly enough, both games ended 17-9. Pretty crazy. That was the final score. The Seahawks won both games. The Seahawks, look, they were letting Russ cook to start the year. Everyone was like, let Russ throw, let Russ cook. And it was working because Russ Wilson was playing at an insanely high level, which he just really couldn't maintain. Then regression hit, and back-to-back weeks against the Bills and the Rams. He had some bad turnovers. And then there was rumblings that Pete Carroll was going to go back to, who they were over the past 2 years. The past two seasons before this one, they were number one in the NFL in run rate on first down. This year, they were 24th. Well, last week against the Cardinals, you have Carroll go back to kind of his roots. You saw some more running. You saw some more 12 personnel, more conservative. That's where I think they're going to continue to trend the rest of the season. So I think they're going to run a lot more, and that plays right into the Eagles' defense's hands, that they're really strong against the run. On the other side of the ball, the Eagles' offense is broken. I mean, let's just throw it out there. Carson Wentz has been miserable. He leads the NFL in turnover-worthy throws. And it's not just all him, because the wide receivers can't create separation. The offensive line is just musical chairs. New guy, moving parts, new guys, injuries all over. Now they lost Lane Johnson. It's a mess. He's not getting a protection. But even when he has a clean pocket, out of 37 qualified quarterbacks, he's 35th in the NFL in quarterback rating, only better than Jake Luton and Sam Darnold. It's not been good, even with a clean pocket. So the Eagles have said they're going to use Jalen Hurts more with the first-team offense. It's a rookie quarterback. I assume it's going to be a pretty conservative game plan. So I think both offenses are going to have more conservative game plans. I think that the Eagles' defense has played reasonably well. It has struggled with mobile quarterbacks at times. That ultimately could be the difference in this game. But third down defense, red zone defense, run defense, they've been good. And especially defending the explosive pass. They're top 3 in the NFL. That's really what you have to do against Seattle to kind of contain them. So, I think this is going to be more like we saw last year in their two matchups. It's going to be a lower scoring game than most think. From a pace perspective, Seahawks are slow. Eagles are middle of the pack. And I think the Seahawks defense is actually going to start trending up. Seeing some positive signs against the Cardinals, a little bit against the Rams. They're getting healthier, which helps Shaquille Griffin will come back. They added Carlos Dunlap, which will help he automatically becomes their best edge defender. And Seattle is good against the run, which is all really Philly can do right now. Seattle's given up tons of explosive passes. Philly can't hit any explosive passes. And, Seattle's linebackers are excellent. They're good against opposing tight ends. That's important against Philly. So I think from a matchup perspective across the board here, this sets up as a nice under. Just got to avoid some flukes on both sides of the ball. I make this 4.5-ish, so I think there is a tad bit of value with the Eagles, but it's gross. I don't know if I want to go anywhere near this Eagles team. But we do know that the Seahawks only win games by one possession. 18 of their past 21 victories have come by a margin of one possession. So for me personally, it's an underplay, slight value on the Eagles. Let's get a third straight 17-9 final. Any thoughts?
I completely agree with you on the under. I mean, just to throw a couple trends out there for this game that, 10 of the last 12 games in Philly have gone to the under. And these teams have played each other, 5 times since 2014. And in that time, Seattle's won all 5 games. They've covered all 5 games, and all 5 games have gone under. So, to me, I wanted to take Seattle. The number's not out there that I want to get, but you're right. It's usually a one-possession game. I think this is something where you look to get the under pregame. And if you're not comfortable with a 6 and a 6.5, then you look to get hopefully an Eagles score at some point and get Russ at 3. But I think this is a Seattle and an under game all the way.